All right, so today we're doing something a little different. We're taking a classic story of transformation and using it to reframe the climate crisis. And it all kicks off with an opening line that's, well, it's familiar, but also chillingly modern.
Boom. Right from that first line, the stage is set. This isn't just Dickens' London. This is a world built on fossil fuels, where wealth is literally drawn from the earth as coal. It's a really powerful modern twist on a beginning we all think we know. So let's meet our main character, and this version of Ebenezer Scrooge. He's no simple moneylender. No, he's a titan of industry, a man of pipelines and refineries who just scoffs at the very idea of a world powered by anything other than what he can extract and burn. You see, this frames Scrooge not just as some greedy guy, but as a symbol of an entire industrial mindset. When you'd confront him with rising seas or burning forests, his reply was a simple humbug. His focus was singular, profit, no matter the cost to the planet.
So Scrooge's night of reckoning begins, just as you'd expect, with a ghostly visitor. But this spirit isn't here to rattle chains. It's here to take him on a journey through our entire history, with energy, to show him exactly where we went wrong.
The ghost reveals a world that started out clean, where early fires were for survival, not excess. But then the timeline gets darker. Smokestacks multiply, cities start to choke on soot, and then a fateful choice is made to ignore the warnings about carbon in a relentless pursuit of profit. Faced with the consequences, melting glaciers, poisoned rivers, Scrooge offers this really weak defense. It's an excuse we've all heard, right? It's that way of diffusing responsibility, of claiming you're individually powerless. But the ghost reply is immediate and sharp, and it cuts right to the heart of the matter. This story isn't about blaming a single person. It's about a simple truth. Immense power carries with it immense responsibility. Then the second spirit arrives, and this one is far more terrifying. This is no gentle ghost of the past. It crackles with the heat, the storms, and the wildfire smoke of our present-day climate. And it's carrying a really urgent message. The ghost takes Scrooge on this grim tour of the present. He sees cities flooded, farms turned to dust, hospitals completely overwhelmed by heat waves, and protesters pleading for a future that men just like him are actively ignoring. Then, the ghost reveals these two figures hiding beneath its cloak, ignorance and indifference, and it delivers what might be the most critical warning in the entire story. See, ignorance is a problem, sure, but it can be fixed with knowledge. Indifference, the act of knowing but just not caring, that's the truly world-ending threat. Finally, the silent, terrifying ghost of energy yet to come arrives. It doesn't speak, it simply shows Scrooge the two paths that lie ahead, making it crystal clear that the future isn't written yet, but it is a direct consequence of the choices made today. The first vision is one of utter collapse. It's a world where the warnings were ignored, where indifference won. Cities are in ruins, society has fractured into ration lines and migration camps, and the earth itself is burning and drowning. And in this desolate future, Scrooge finds his own lonely grave. The epitaph is a chilling legacy, not of wealth or power, but of destruction. He's remembered for one thing, being the architect of it all. But just when all hope seems lost, the spirit offers a second vision. Now, it's not a guarantee. It's described as faint, fragile, but critically, it is still possible. It's a glimmer of hope in the darkness. This second future is one of renewal. It's a world built on totally different principles. We see wind turbines turning at dawn, cities cooled by nature instead of burning fuel, and a generation of children who can actually breathe clean air. A world where humanity chose to rebuild, not just extract. Faced with these two starkly different futures, Scrooge finally breaks. This is his moment of awakening, where the potential for redemption becomes this frantic, desperate need for action. And his declaration is total. It's not some half measure. He commits completely, promising to use his immense wealth and power not for profit, but for healing and restoration. Waking up, Scrooge doesn't just feel better, he acts. And his plan is concrete. He shuts down the polluters, he funds the solutions, he pays people to restore the damage, and, crucially, he starts listening to the scientists and communities he had ignored for so long. The impact of his actions is profound. It's a simple but beautiful line that captures the essence of his redemption. The damage isn't magically erased, but the healing has begun. The earth, though wounded, starts to recover.
So, Scrooge's redemption is complete. But like all great fables, the story doesn't end with its protagonist. The final chapter turns outward, from the page to our own world.
The story concludes that Scrooge mastered the art of keeping a planet well. It shows that radical transformation, driven by a clear understanding of the past, present, and future, is possible. The knowledge and the capacity for change exist. And that leaves us with the final, provocative question. Scrooge, the symbol of profit-driven indifference, was able to change and become an architect of renewal. The story proves it can be done. So the question isn't whether we can do it, but whether we will.